Hi, I'm John, and this is the Figuarts Zero Super Saiyan 3 Goku Dragon Fist Explosion Exclusive Edition. I bought this at the Tamashii Nation store in New York City, but it's also available online at Premium Bandai for $96. Link in the description below. Before I get started, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more reviews like this, and to see my projects on the channel. Alrighty, let's unbox him. Alright, here he is. My first impression of this is, it's a bit small. It sits at about 8 inches tall, which for the price tag, I wish this diorama was just a bit beefier. But beyond that, let's get into the details. The figure itself is based off of this poster image from Dragon Ball Z Movie 13, Dragon Fist Explosion. If Goku won't do it, who will? And I think it does a great job illustrating it. I love how they made Goku fly through the air by wrapping the dragon around him, rather than putting him on a peg, and it captures that flying movement really well. The sculpt, despite its smaller size, is incredibly detailed. The Super Saiyan 3 hair is done really well, with strands flowing to illustrate Goku's motion. The clothing has great natural folds, and there's a bunch of texture all over it. And there are some added striation in the muscle definition that gives it a little bit extra oomph. Goku's face is probably the weakest part of the sculpt, but it's not a bad thing. I just think that they could have angled his eyebrows down and opened his mouth a little bit more to give him an angry or more determined look. But it's still good overall. The Shenron-like dragon is the standout part of the sculpt though. There is so much detail on him from top to bottom. The face is fierce, the scales are individually sculpted, and even little things like his teeth and the tips of his mane are sharp, which is indicative of high quality. I'll be honest, the dragon sculpt is what made me decide to buy this figure. But everything I just said about the sculpt can be said about the original version of this figure too. The one thing that makes this exclusive is its coloring, and it's probably the most divisive thing about it. The elephant in the room is the hair, with its pearlescent sheen on translucent plastic. Tamashii Nations touts this as a feature, but I think they sort of missed the mark. If you've seen my past reviews, I generally like pearlescent sheens, but the matte coloring on the original was definitely superior. The translucent plastic is slightly too transparent, and there isn't any shading on the hair, so a lot of the sculpt details get lost. If they added a bit more pearlescent sheen on the tips of the hair or applied some sort of gradient, I think it would have been a huge improvement. The way they did it on the SH Figuarts Vegito and Super Saiyan Goku that I reviewed last week delivered on the concept where this one missed the mark. For the dragon, I think the coloring can go either way in favor of either the exclusive edition or the original. I personally enjoy the exclusive edition, and the pearl finish on this definitely looks better on here than Goku's hair, and seeing as how it's supposed to be a key attack, the translucent appearance works much better here in terms of concept. There is also a lot of shading and color differentiation across the entire dragon, so the sculpt still pops. Lastly, Goku's skin and gi are clear improvements of the original. The skin coloring is brighter and less pale, and the gi also has a brighter, more saturated orange and blue, reminiscent of his manga colors, which if you've seen any of my Goku repaints, you know that I'm a big fan. There's also a ton of deep shading on here, perhaps a little bit too dark, but I still enjoy it. And that's it for my review. This is a divisive figure. There's a lot of big positives and some big negatives too, mostly with the size and the hair color. But whether or not it's worth it depends on whether you think the positives outweigh the negatives or not. I'll say again that the dragon sculpt is what really drew me to buying this figure for sure, and I think the Goku is still quite good despite its flaws. Of course, special thanks to my members. If you want to support the channel directly, I do have my YouTube membership for $2 a month, or if you want to support without the monthly commitment, you can just leave a tip. Or if you want to support me without any additional cost to you, click on my Amazon storefront below and buy anything you normally would on Amazon. I'll get a small percentage of that from Amazon without any cost to you. And make sure to check out my other figure reviews and projects on the channel. And if you like this review, subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit the notification bell so you know when my next video is going to drop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.